For non-transactional tables, we need to insert the data in the backend directly. For non-transactional tables, we need to insert the data in the backend directly. Then how to develop a REST API with JSON data, and when you develop the REST API, how to test the REST API by using Postman. When we are doing the backend implementation, how to test that backend implementation by using Postman also we have discussed, and how to do the Swagger documentation for the REST API Swagger configuration we have done, and how to do the REST API deployment in the Heroku cloud also we have implemented. How to do the REST API deployment also we have discussed. Okay. Then as part of this REST API we have implemented COD operations. COD operations using REST API we have done by using first mini project. User management we have implemented in the second mini project, and as part of the second mini project we are able to implement how to send the emails. As part of the second mini project we have seen how to send the emails by using Spring Boot, and as part of this user management application, how to activate and inactivate the account, and what is a dynamic search implementation in the REST API, how to prepare the queries dynamically by using example, how to search data by applying a filter conditions, how to generate the Excel report using Apache POI API, how to generate the PDF report by using OpenPDF. Those things we have discussed. And as part of our development we have seen how to read the data from application.yml file. What is the difference between application.properties file? What is the difference between application.properties file and application.yml file? How to read the data from application.properties file and application.yml file. Properties file and YML file. Along with this, what we have learnt guys so far, how to create AWS account, how to launch EC2 instance in the AWS, how to launch EC2 instance in AWS, how to create AWS free account to free tier eligible account, how to launch EC2 instance in AWS, how to install web server in EC2, how to create S3 buckets in EC2, how to create S3 buckets, how to use Elastic Beanstalk, to run applications, to run apps in AWS, how to set up RDS in AWS, how to set up a MySQL DB using RDS in AWS, connecting with MySQL DB, connecting with RDS MySQL DB, how to set up load balancing, in AWS cloud. Okay, these operations we have done in the AWS cloud. Then we discussed about what is a single page application, we discussed about what is a single page application, what is a multi-page application, what is a single page application, what is a multi-page application. Then we discussed about Angular introduction, then Angular versus Angular JS, Angular JS versus Angular advantages, Angular architecture, Angular advantages, Angular architecture. Angular architecture we have discussed. Then Angular environment setup, TypeScript to Angular environment setup, Angular environment setup, TypeScript, Angular environment setup, TypeScript. Then components in the Angular. We discussed about templates in the Angular. We discussed about services in the Angular. We discussed about HTTP client in the Angular. We discussed about routing in the Angular. Directives and routings. Routing in the templates we discussed about directives and pipes. Pipes we discussed. Then how to work with the services in the Angular. And we are going for HTTP client in the Angular, and we are going for routing in the Angular. Then we discussed about front-end and back-end implementation. Front-end Spring Boot with Angular integration also we have done. Front-end development for CRUD operations. Front-end development for CRUD operations. Front-end development for dynamic search. Front-end development for dynamic search. Front-end development for CRUD operation. This is for 01 mini project. This is one 01 mini project. This is one for 02 mini project. This is for 02 mini project. So as part of these things we have done Spring Boot with Angular integration. Alright. So this is what we have discussed as of now. And coming to the tools, what are the tools we have discussed, guys? Can you remember? Do you remember what are the tools we have discussed in our course? We discussed about Maven. We discussed about GitHub. We discussed about Bitbucket. We discussed about source tree. We discussed about Agile methodology. And we discussed about Jira. And did I explain logging? Time-based rolling, size-based rolling. Did I explain the logging concept for you guys? Come on. Did I explain the logging for you? Logging I have explained or not? Logging also I have explained. Logging concept also I have explained. Logging. So in the logging we understood time-based rolling and size-based rolling. Size-based rolling and time-based rolling. Apart from that, what we discussed in the tools, any other tool that we discussed in our course? Any other tool that I discussed in the course? Some Linux concepts also I have explained in our course. How to work with Linux operating system also I have explained in our course. And I have explained about application environments. Okay. Jenkins I have explained. Jenkins I have explained. Next one, Apache Kafka. You guys attended the workshop already. Did you attend Apache Kafka workshop? Did you attend Apache Kafka workshop? Sunday workshop I have conducted for 4 hours on the Kafka. I asked you people also to attend that workshop. I think last one, within 1 month back only I have explained that Apache Kafka. 1 month back only we have conducted a workshop on the Apache Kafka. That video also available in the YouTube. 4 hours non-stop class I have taken for Apache Kafka. 4 hours non-stop class almost. Apache Kafka 1 month ago. See the duration of the Kafka. How much time I have taken for Apache Kafka. That day I have given the YouTube live. And I asked you people also to attend. The Sunday I have taken the workshop. 9 to 12:30 I have taken almost 3.5 hours Kafka I have explained. 3.5 hours I have explained Apache Kafka for you people. That's for a whole. All the students attended the Apache Kafka workshop. This Kafka is also part of our syllabus, na? Apache Kafka also. Anything else that I have covered here? Anything else that I have covered? Anything else? How to read the FDD, how to ask the questions on the requirements, how to do the database analysis, components analysis, class nodes and methods, REST API development, REST API testing using Postman, Swagger documentation for the REST API, Swagger UI to test the REST API deployment in the Heroku Cloud. Heroku Cloud is a platform as a service. CRUD operations using REST API, that is a 01 mini project. User management using REST API, that is 02 mini project. Sending emails using Spring Boot with the mail body. User account activation and deactivation. Dynamic search implementation in the REST API as part of 03 mini project. How to prepare SQL query dynamically with the filters using example concept. Generating Excel report, generating PDF report. How to deal with the properties file and YML file. Reading the properties from the YML. Application constants approach, how to declare the string literals in the constants file, how to create the AWS account, which is a free tier account, how to launch EC2 instances in the AWS, how to install web server in the EC2, how to create S3 buckets, and Linux classes also I have given for free of cost. Linux classes, Linux commands I have explained for you, and how to create AWS account to free tier. And AWS services overview, what are the services available in the AWS and what is the purpose of those services. AWS services overview I have given, and how to launch EC2 instance in AWS, and what are the security groups in the AWS. What are the security groups in the AWS? Then how to install web server in the AWS, how to create S3 bucket, how to use Elastic Beanstalk to run the applications, and how to set up the MySQL DB using RDS in AWS. Okay. Then how to set up load balancing in the AWS cloud also we have discussed. Then after coming to Angular part, we discussed something related to front-end development also. What is single page application? What is multi-page application? Angular introduction, Angular JS versus Angular, Angular advantages, Angular architecture, Angular environment setup, TypeScript we discussed, how to use a TypeScript modules we have discussed, and how to develop the Angular applications, and Angular components, Angular templates, Angular directives, Angular pipes, Angular services, HTTP client development, and how to do the routing in the Angular, and front-end development for CRUD operations. First mini project front-end I have developed in the live class. Front-end development for dynamic search. This is 03 mini project. Front-end development that we have done for yesterday only we have done the mini project. Front-end development. Spring Boot with Angular integration using HTTP client we have done. using HTTP client module. Using HTTP client module. And one more thing I have explained in the Angular, I have explained about the forms also. Angular forms. Angular forms. What are the forms we have discussed? Template driven and reactive. There are two types of forms available in the Angular. One is a template driven, another one is the reactive. Okay. We have discussed these things. Now coming to the tools standpoint, we have started with the Maven. Then we discussed about GitHub. Then we discussed about Bitbucket. Then source tree, agile methodology, Jira, how to implement logging in our applications, application environments like QA environment, dev environment, production environment like this. Then we discussed about Apache Kafka. Guys, teaching JRTP is painful because it's not about one technology. Some people are asking nodes for Kafka. Kafka nodes I already stored in the GitHub. Kafka nodes I have stored already in the GitHub. In the GitHub, you can see the repositories, weekend batches repositories available in the GitHub. There you can find out the nodes for Kafka, Docker, and everything. In the repository, Ashok IT weekend workshops available. Docker workshop, Kafka workshop, Spring Boot, AWS workshop data is available here. You can download that nodes from here. Kafka nodes, AWS workshop nodes, and Docker workshop nodes also you can download from there. Docker also video available. Docker workshop also we have conducted. Docker workshop, Ashok IT Docker workshop. Four months ago, I think before your batch started, I have conducted the workshop on the Docker. What is the Docker? How to work with the Docker? That video is available. If you want to go through that video, you can go through that video and you can see what is Docker. Docker video also available here. Before your batch started, I have conducted workshop on the Docker. For Docker, for Kafka, the GitHub repository available. Weekend workshop Git repository available. You can download the nodes from here. Kafka workshop nodes, example, Spring Boot AWS workshop example nodes, Docker workshop nodes, I have uploaded to Git repositories. Weekend workshop Git repository. You can download from here, guys. Okay? So you have learned these many things as part of 19 JRTP. These are the things you have learned as part of 19 JRTP. So did I mention anything which is not covered in the classroom? All these things did I cover in the class or not? All these things did I cover in the class or not? I want your responses, guys. Still people are saying that you are not teaching for what you are paid for. Your batch people are writing the reviews. You are not teaching what we have paid for. You have paid 7,000 rupees. Am I not teaching for that 7,000? Who will, now generally, you go outside, people will charge 5,000 rupees for project. For project, people will charge 5,000. For Angular, people will charge 5,000. For Angular, they will charge 5,000. For AWS, they will charge 8,000. Total, you are going to pay 18,000. Total, you are going to pay 18,000 for them. But here you paid just 7,000. I have tried my best. Still, if you are not satisfied with my content, you can let me know. I will give your fees wapas, no problem. I'm trying my best. Whatever I know, whatever I have learnt in the 9 years of time, I'm teaching you. Tools I'm teaching you. Front-end development with Angular I'm teaching. Back-end development with the Spring Boot I'm teaching. AWS Cloud I'm teaching. Linux I'm teaching. What else you want, man? And not only teaching you the concept, I'm even telling you how to do the work as an independent developer, how to do the analysis of the code, how to write the methods, how to design the methods on your own, how to solve your problem. And in every class, most of the people will ask, sir, I'm getting this problem, please help, please resolve. Yes, it's my duty. I'm resolving your problems also. I'm resolving the problems also. So that is the reason it is taking time. If you people are able to resolve your issues on your own, then course can complete it early. Now, at least 15 to 20 minutes I have to spend for the people's doubts, clarifications, and people's are facing some issues with the code because you are first time doing this kind of development. Okay, Mohit, your issue is resolved. Good. What was the issue, Mohit? Fine, guys. What we have learned so far in 19 JRTP? Almost 50 plus topics. Almost 50 plus topics we have learned. Subtopics I have not mentioned. High level points only I have mentioned. All right. Now still, guys, we need to spend another 15 to 20 days to complete our syllabus. There are some tools which are pending and our major project is also pending. So we need to understand the major project architecture. So now you know the concept, but when you attend the interview, they are going to ask you how you have implemented the project, what is your project architecture, what are the modules available in the project. Those things they are going to ask you. So for that we need to understand our major project concept. Okay, still some tools are pending, like how to do the code review by using SonarQube, how to do the JUnit implementation for unit testing, how to do the code coverage by using Jacoco, and next how to do the performance testing by using JMeter. There are some other tools also pending in our syllabus. I have not covered yet. I have to cover those things also. Whatever I have promised, everything I will complete. Everything I have completed. Okay. So minimum 15 days, maximum 20 to 25 approximately. So it is going to take for us to complete our major project discussion. Now, when we go for the major project, guys, so already some part of the major project we have implemented in our syllabus. I think this is not available here. Let me take that. Okay, so in the major project, do we need to implement the user management once again? Do we need to implement the user management implementation in the major project once again? Is it required? Is it required to implement user management once again in the user management functionality in the major project? We have already implemented in the second mini project. Do I need to implement code operations in the major project once again? Do I need to implement code operations in the major project once again? Not required. Do I need to implement the reports functionality in the major project? Dynamic search and report generation once again in the major project? Not required. Already 3 things we have completed. How to perform code operations, how to do the user management, how to do the search implementation, how to generate the reports in the project. All these details we have already discussed in this mini projects, and for every mini project I have done the live coding. For every mini project I have done the live coding. I have not executed the code which is implemented in the previous project. In front of you, I have explained how to analyze the requirement, how to design the methods, how to analyze the DB, how to create the classes, how to write the methods, how to test it, if any issue, how to fix it. Everything I have done. I have done my best, guys. I have done my best. I'm not doing any cheating here. I have given my best. How I use it to teach for other JRTP batches, in the same way I taught for 19 JRTP also. I'm not missing anything. Okay, and I will continue the same for the pending topics also. Because of one person, I don't want to disturb the entire batch. Okay, if one person is not satisfied, then that is his problem. If that person really not satisfied, they can come back to me. Then I will give the fees wapas for that person. I will say sorry, right? But we are going to take the next 15 to 20 days. I don't rush for anything. So whatever the syllabus is pending, we need to discuss some more tools, and we need to do major project, and we need to do the resume preparation, interview questions, interview tips, everything I will give you as I used to give for the other JRTP batches. Okay? Another 2-3 weeks, minimum 2 to 3 weeks of time I need to complete it. Okay, guys. Anybody having any questions? Anybody having any questions on this? Yeah, Mohit, what is your question?
सर ये जो फंक्शनलिटी है, जैसे अगर हम यहाँ पे सेलेक्ट कर रहे हैं प्लान नेम में CCAP और अप्रूव, तो जैसे 2 रिकॉर्ड्स आ रहे हैं, तो मैं एक्सपोर्ट पे क्लिक कर रहा हूँ तो केवल 2 ही रिकॉर्ड के लिए PDF जनरेट हो. सर ऐसा हो सकता है क्या?
Yeah, you can do that also. Now, whenever you click on that export button, currently, so if you see in the implementation, what I am sending here, whenever I am doing the export PDF, what I am sending for the search plans, what I am passing here?
Null.
Can I take that, whatever I am taking for the search method, the search request object as a parameter, can I take that method as a parameter?
Yes,
for
yes,
here
sir.
also. Now, for this method also, I will take the search request as a parameter. I will pass this request object to this method. Then it will filter the data. Only 2 records will come in the PDF or Excel.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
It's
sir.
just a matter of passing that parameter.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, can you please implement Kafka also in main project, sir?
Yes, sir. Kafka is also there, sir. Kafka, have you gone through this Kafka concept?
No, sir. I will go this
Please
before
first,
this week.
go through the video. I will tell you a scenario for the Kafka in the major project.
Okay, sir. And security also you will implement, right?
Yes, right.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
That also is my related Kafka only, sir.
Okay.
I go through Kafka YouTubes. So I have some regarding some question. So will you cover in this major project also, right?
Yes, sir. I will tell the scenario for Kafka in the major project.
Yes, sir. And so can you upload all the mini project?
Code,
Yeah, yes, sir.
that means you have not developed on your own.
So because sir, I'm busy with work, sir. So actually nowadays Saturday, Sunday, all the day also working, sir. So that's why.
Sure, sir. But if I give the code, if I give my code, I will not lose anything. But if you copy paste, you will not improve your.
No, sir. Actually, whatever you taught us, so everything we are doing in the current project, sir. For some new thing like just you have added some property file, can be read at the configuration file. So that thing I want to keep in myself. So want to implement in my another project. So for that purpose, I want to take a backup, sir.
Sure,
so
sir. No problem.
Implemented in my another project, sir.
No problem, sir.
So that's why I'm requesting you. Will you upload the project? So
Yeah, if you want, I will give you, sir. I don't have a problem because it is not a rocket science application.
Yes, I know. But for the referencing for the next project, so I can refer this project so I can do implement.
Sure, sir. I will
Thank
do
you so
that.
much, sir.
Okay.
Please, sir.
Yeah. Next.
Yeah, hi, sir.
Yeah. Hi, Sanjala.
Yes, sir. So, sir, for this major project, right? So, going through Kafka Docker is a prerequisite, is it?
Yeah, if you have that, it's not a prerequisite, but in the interview, definitely they are going to ask you where you have used Kafka in your project, where you have used Docker in your project.
So, while you are going to implement Kafka and Docker in your project, so would you be explaining, like, if somebody has not done it?
Yeah, please, you need to go through this video because the Docker itself is a 4 hours class and the Kafka itself is a 4 hours class. Explaining again the 4 hours, I think it's a waste of our time.
I understand. Yeah, sure, sir. So I'll go through this.
Yeah, when you have
any other terminology that we have not discussed so far that we need to, because it's always better if we have gone through it before to relate.
I think for major project implementation, these things are sufficient. So go with the Kafka concept and go to this Docker concept. Security concept is also required. I will share the video of the security as well.
All right. And so how about SonarQube and JUnit testing?
I will explain those things in the class.
So no need to
Yeah,
go through them.
no need to have any prior knowledge. I will discuss about the SonarQube and JUnit implementation, Jacoco, JMeter. 4 tools are there. I will discuss those 4 tools in the class.
So only one request, sir. Honestly, I have very good feedbacks of your training, and for the money the kind of training you are delivering, like everything so much in details and concepts are so clear. So only just one thing, sir. If during major project, if you can give us more like the doubt clarification, the bugs that we come across, like we try. Honestly, I try my level best, but it takes me days, and how you could pinpoint in like just a minute. So, sir, if you get time, like even out of the session, like we can arrange like once a week or once in 3 days. So we are at pace with the project, sir.
Sure, definitely. So for the major project, right? Most of we are going to take the 7 to 8 modules in the major project. Already 3 modules we have completed already. The next 5 modules only we have to complete. Those things I will design the requirement. I will give the chance for you people to implement most of the time. Any doubts that you guys come up, we can have your discussions over the weekends for the doubts clarification.
Yes, sir. Some light doubt clarifications are really needed, sir. Because so honestly on the Telegram group, because I understand everyone is busy, so people do not reciprocate much. I mean, including me, because
Understood.
I know everyone has this schedule. So one more request, sir. So when you develop like a particular module, right, there are multiple functionalities in that. So, sir, you know what? When after developing all the functionalities, when I run the whole module, and then if I get an error, so then it's chaotic for me to actually figure out where is it. So, sir, if after every functionality we can run it once.
Yeah, we can run it once, but the most of the things. So if you know the debugging now, then you can figure out the issue at the early stage only.
Sure, sir.
So the debugging, so please go through the debugging video. That will help you a lot in your development.
Sure, sir. I'll do this. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Guys, Eclipse shortcuts video also available in our platform. ये भी बहुत यूज होता है भाई आप लोगों के लिए, because as you are going to do the development, we need to use some shortcuts to improve our productivity. So for that I have given Eclipse shortcut keys. So please, this is the shortcut video that I have prepared, so that you guys can go through this video, so that you can make it use of that. And I have given debugging also. The debugging also is very, very important for the developers. Debugging is also very, very important for the developers.
So last thing I wanted to mention is, please, this is a request, because this batch is a mix, okay? I have been wanting to bring this up for long. There are professionals already, and there are people who are freshers. Okay.
Yes, right.
So, sir, please go at a moderate pace. Do not rush. See, sir, if somebody is working with TCS, Cognizant, and they are doing this at drop of a hat, so it's very different from us. And honestly, I want this to be, as you claim, I want this to be my last training. So, sir, this major project, this was the reason why people like us enrolled, because we wanted like a live experience. So even I wanted to request the so-called professionals to have some patience with the freshers in terms of pace, so that we can follow a moderate pace that is suitable to everyone rather than rushing.
So, and I have one question for you. I got your point. So did you ever feel in this course I am concentrating only for the experienced people?
No, sir, from your side I never felt, but I always feel you feel the pressure, because I don't know, maybe people are sending you some kind of feedbacks or whatever, but I feel that you come in some kind of pressure that people are saying it's slow, people are saying the quality is not, it's not like a very high-tech project. But they need to understand when they enroll for the project that it's not meant for a 5-year experienced Java professional.
Understood.
So, yes, sir. So
yeah, even you, right, guys. You have to think from my side as well. One guy teaching this front end, teaching back end, teaching cloud, teaching tools, teaching deployment. It's not that much easy. And people are saying that you are not executing a project in the single go. If I execute a project in the single go, nobody will understand. If I show my total experience in the class, you will not come to tomorrow's class. I can write the code on the fingertips. We have that experience, but that is not the intention here. I want to concentrate on each and everybody who paid the fees. There are some freshers, there are some experienced people. The mix of audience are available here. Everybody is not fresher, everybody is not experienced, everybody is not intelligent. I have to correlate each and everyone, and I have to deliver the subject. And teaching Spring Boot is very easy for me. Teaching Spring Boot is very easy for me, but teaching Java real-time project is very difficult for me. The reason, I have to cover so many tools, I have to cover so many technologies. That too, I need to improve the people coding skill. It is not just like a teaching. I need to tell you, you do that code, you do analysis, you think like this, you come up with the analysis, you show me your assignment, what is the problem, show me your problem, I will resolve your... What is this? It's not like a regular course, guys. It's not like a regular course. Teaching Spring Boot within 3 months is dead easy. Just take the class, complete the syllabus, leave it. But a project is not like that. How many times I have resolved the problems of our students in the classroom? At least 3 to 4 days in a week. Once the mini project started, tools are started. Sir, I'm getting this problem. Please look into that. I'm able to look. Is there any trainer who will take this many doubts and will take your screen share, will tell you this is the problem? Have you seen any trainer? You have done some courses outside. Nobody will give you this much support. You have to understand. And people are saying that you are charging more when compared with other institutes. I told you the reason also why I have charged more. If you go for Java project, nobody will teach you this AWS. AWS, if you come to my AWS class, 8,000 rupees we are charging for 1 month. You know what are the concepts I'm explaining here. Few other 1 week extra, 10 days extra will be there. 8,000 we are charging for AWS, only for AWS. Angular we are charging 5,000. You have seen some people join for a workshop Angular, 3,000 they paid for 2 weekends workshop. If you come to regular class, 5,000. But all the concepts of the Angular I have covered in this class. You have to understand it, how much pressure we are taking, how much support we are giving. If you don't understand, then I can't do anything. I am giving my best. Still people are misunderstanding this and writing the negative reviews in the public platform. That you will not get a single rupee also if you write a negative review on me. Nothing will happen with that negative review. The only thing is we are getting disappointed. I'm keeping this much effort to teach, but still people are writing the negative review. Then why should I keep this much effort? That kind of feeling I'm getting. When I have seen that post, completely I have disappointed for a whole day. What is this? We are not just teaching for money. If I am just teaching for money, I will ask you to attend Angular classes separately, AWS classes separately, pay 5,000 here, pay 8,000 here, pay 5,000 for project. I will collect 18,000. If I am teaching for only money, we are teaching for passion. A developer who is working in the company with 5 years also will not learn these things. We have that passion for the technology. That is the reason we are seeing the application from the 360 degrees. Front-end development, back-end development, cloud deployments, DevOps, and all. Securities, design patterns, architecture of the project. You should also have same kind of passion to become all-rounder. Don't focus only on the front-end or only on the back-end. You need to know everything. Then only companies will maintain you. Okay, fine. Thank you guys. I will upload this document. So please, yep.
1 minute.
Yeah.
You can explain load balancer also, right? Communicating with different applications. Like
Load balancer will not for different applications. One application. I have already covered in the Angular. Sorry, I have already covered that in the AWS. I have already shown you how to communicate with the AWS. Right.
Yes.
Fine, guys. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay, that's